The most misinterpreted scripture, turning the other cheek. There are two places in scripture where Yeshua tells us to turn the other cheek. The first occurrence is in the book of Matthew. Here we read these words, "But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also." The second occurrence of this verse is found in Luke 6:29. It states, "If someone strikes you on one cheek, turn to him the other also." So what do these verses mean? Christianity usually interprets these scriptures to mean that a believer should take abuse at the hand of the abuser. Even the majority of Christian pastors misinterpret the scripture to mean, if someone hits you on the right cheek, turn your cheek and let him hit you on the left cheek. But does the scripture really mean let people abuse you and become a doormat for others like Christianity interprets it as? No. To take Yeshua's words as a call to compliant capitulation is a grave mistake. It is an interpretation that fails to know any cultural context whatsoever. The truth about this scripture, when correctly interpreted in cultural context, is that it is a message of equality. Roman soldiers occupying Israel aggressively tended to be right-handed, and when they struck an equal, like a fellow Roman, it came from the right and landed on the left cheek. But when they struck an inferior person, a Jew or a non-Roman, it came with the back of the right hand, making contact with the right cheek. And in Mediterranean culture, that made the clear distinction between classes. Roman soldiers backhanded their subjects to make a point. Jews were second class. No one thought twice about treating lesser people with less respect. When Yeshua tells fellow Jews to expose the left cheek, he is calling for peaceful subversion. He does not want them to retaliate in anger, nor to shrink in some false sense of meekness. He wants to force the Roman soldiers to treat others like equals. He wants the Jews to stand up and demand respect. He wants to make each attacker stop and think about how they are mistreating another human being. It is intended to activate the soldier's conscience. Turning the other cheek is not blanket acceptance of brutality. It is a strategy for motivating others to change. Specifically, it's a method for reforming people who abuse their power, to make them stop and consider equality. If you support this content from levels of consciousness, follow the link below. Like, comment, and share.